set the mic sound volume down if it would just pick up through Discord, but apparently it doesn't, so hopefully it doesn't sit there and pick it up as I'm breathing. Alright. So I guess we'll kick it off.
Sounds good.
Eventually I gotta fix this stuff, so it's got names and stuff around it, but I'll worry about that later. So, everybody but Amy has gone through their solo session. We've been trying to figure out when to do hers, so.
Also, we've been really lazy.
That too.
I respect that.
There's a joke in there about group sessions, but I'm just gonna,
Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, everybody has made it to Kebury. I know Guy has gotten there. Danil was on his way there, got there.
Yeah, I think he was just walking into the inn.
Yep. Jewel, I believe, made it there. She was transported to one town and then, or teleported to one town and then transported to Kebury.
correct.
Yeah, so basically, I guess we can kind of fire this off as Ula's entering as well. So yeah, you guys are all sitting around, or you're all in an inn. It's not too busy, only a few patrons inside. Danil, when you walk in, I don't remember if you remember what you'd seen when you walked in.
I feel like there was a woman sitting at a table, and that was the last thing you described.
Okay, yeah. So there's one woman, or one female sitting at a table. She got, looks like a schma on. Up in another corner. Actually, no, she didn't make it in there yet, so that's fine. Yeah, there's a few other just random patrons sitting around the inn, some eating, some talking. What do you want to do?
So Danil is going to find himself a table and order a tall glass of ice water.
Alright. So, one of the waitresses shows up and just kind of rolls her eyes when you just order ice water and kind of walks off. About a minute later, she shows back up, sets it down right in front of you. It's like, anything else?
Oh, I'm not sure yet if I'll be staying around for long. I've been passing through hoping to meet up with a potential friend.
Okay. So yeah, she just kind of shrugs and walks.
But I'll take a roll, yes.
Alright, so while you wait for the roll, Ula, you end up stepping into this inn. Right when you walk in, you see a female waitress talking to a kobold, which seems a little strange that the kobolds are, or that there's a kobold in here. Not unheard of, but more just a little odd that there's a kobold sitting in here and people aren't freaking out. She kind of rolls her eyes, wanders off as he orders a roll. What do you want to do?
Well, I suppose that I will make my way to a table, maybe near the kobold, but not like at it, and sit down.
Okay. Waitress walks over. What can I get you?
I'll have an ale, please.
All right, be right back. She kind of wanders off. Takes about a minute, and she comes back, sets it down. Anything else?
This'll be fine for now, thank you.
All right. She kind of turns around, walks back off. Jewel. You see, as you enter, an orc now sitting at a table. Waitress just walked away from her. Another table nearby where the orc is, there's a kobold sitting there, sipping on a glass of water.
Wait. I've heard this one before. An orc, a kobold, and a mage walk into a bar.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to go up to the bar and sit
All right.
and order a wine, a mulled wine.
All right. So the bartender just kind of looks at you, pours drink, slides it over. Is that how you want?
I'm gonna ask him if he knows Duella.
I mean, it might ring a bell. Can't really remember it offhand. I see a lot of faces.
Like a extra silver piece across to see if that helps jog memory.
It's like, I know it sounds familiar. I believe she's an herbalist.
She's an apothecary, I believe, or deals in antidotes and medicines.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Glad I could help. Kind of goes back to just wiping down the bar.
Could you just tell me how I could get in contact?
Oh, yeah. Kind of towards the edge of town, to the north. She's got a little house out there. Trust me, when you get close to it, you'll smell it.
Yes, those apothecaries and their mushrooms. They do know a thing or two about those.
All right, so as you guys are just kind of hanging out, having your drinks, what is Key doing?
Was I already there? Was I the woman at the table?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the first one to arrive.
Okay. I was like, there's a woman at the table. I'm probably eating the bread and cheese that I probably ordered. No one sat really nearby me, did they?
Nope, apparently everybody's afraid of you.
I grabbed the
How big is the
waitress.
common room?
Common room is
I
for
feel like we're all
commoners.
sort of close.
Yeah, you are. It's not a very big place.
I tried to grab the attention of the waitress in one of these rounds, and just kind of ask her, excuse me, ma'am, do you happen to know if there's any transports going to Kalia? Or what direction Kalia is, or if there's like a way I can find a path that way?
It's like, well, there's usually a transport, but that's not really my job. I really don't pay attention. I really don't pay attention to when the transports come and go. So, yeah, I don't know. You could probably find something. As to where it's at, I believe it's just to the east. You mean just start walking on the main road? You should get there in a couple days.
All right, thank you.
I would just
So-
like to say first, Joe, you should totally show Sniffer.
Get the cat on stream.
Everybody loves the cat.
Now that's how you get views.
Yep. Just set up the other camera just for a cat cam.
Hey,
Absolutely.
other people do it, and honest to God, I will watch any stream that has a cat cam or dog cam.
I was gonna say, what about sleeping dog? I suppose I'd have to move my camera so you can see him, but
Leave your puppy.
Oh, that's a good boy.
yeah, he likes it.
So, out of curiosity, is Cramson close enough to hear that conversation about Kalia?
Yeah. You're not that far off. I mean, you're maybe
I
2
also
tables
spoke
away.
pretty loudly.
Okay. In that case, Cramson's going to take a sip of his iced water and then say, "A few days to the east? Good woman, Kalia is so far away. You would have to cut cross-country to reach it. Are you intending to travel alone? This close to the edge of a wilderness? Do you even have a map?"
No, I don't intend to travel alone. I have no choice.
Ha! Fine. Find us some parchment and I shall draw you at least a rough map for your journeys.
Oh, she kind of like a little taken aback by you, like she's never met one of you before.
Yeah, and Cramson has like stood up and walked over to your table, and he's probably like 3.5 feet tall, so he's probably not even like really getting much over the table, but he is walking with like this confident, arrogant air, like chin thrown up, hand gesturing to the side as if he's giving some sort of lecture. Just so confident.
Yeah, so Key kind of looks at you like doesn't know how to react at first, and then she's like, "Well, I don't have parchment, but I have this piece of like it's kind of like fabric," and she kind of pulls it out of her little bag. Like, could you draw it on the back of this?
Perhaps indeed. If we nope, and he just like gets like I don't know a bit of like charcoal or something out of his backpack to like make a crude sketch on it. And
Does he know
should I
needlepoint?
make what?
Does he know needlepoint?
He doesn't know needlepoint, unfortunately. To stitch in a map, as cool as that would be. Should I make a knowledge geography check to make a map of this area?
Yeah, and please make sure you do it on the right side because there is writing on one of the sides that I would like to.
Oh, he's careful not to write over something. He's not a barbarian.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah, you could do like a geography. I think there's a geography check.
Oh yeah, I'm skilled in it. I did this on purpose.
Yeah, let's go easy. I mean, it won't be that hard.
It's a wash.
So
Worst map ever.
yeah, it's a very crude map.
So I
You got the
I wonder what to
location,
do with this.
but it's kind of the classic X marks the spot. So you have you are here, and then just a line that goes down to where the town is, which isn't it's to the east, but it's actually southeast and not just straight east. And it's just kind of like a squiggly line that goes down, just X.
I
There you
want to.
go.
Yeah, I want to interpret this as Crimson has the idea in his head, but he can't draw worth shit. So it's just it's just squiggles of nothing on your fabric.
She kind of holds the fabric up, looks at it, and is like,
You're welcome.
"You are too kind, sir. Um, do you happen to do work as a guide?"
Well, my work is many things now. I've recently undergone a change in life, and I am seeking new opportunities. Are you local to this town, or are you also a traveler here?
You could say that. You could say I'm a traveler.
Ah, see, I too have come here. I'd heard rumors that an old correspondence of sorts is here in the area. Years ago, maybe.
Well, I would offer to help you find this person if you help me get to Kalia.
A most interesting trade. And by this point, Cramson has like hoisted himself up on a chair at your table and is just taken a seat here.
She's just still looking at you like, I've never seen anything like you in my life, but I'm being extremely polite because I don't know how else to react.
And he scratches his chin and like he has a habit of like sort of like flicking at one of his like fangs, like tooth hanging out, and says, "Yes, I think that would be quite useful indeed."
Wonderful. My name is Key. Very nice to meet you.
Daniel Cramson, Bachelor of Medicine and Natural Philosophy.
Medicine.
Indeed. A complete university education involves many of the higher subjects.
Wonderful. That is very wonderful to meet you, sir. Who are we looking for?
Oh, an old researcher of omens, you could say, named Yel Nellis.
Yel Nellis.
You see, I'm a pioneer of sorts in the field of portentology, and I admit that I have run into some roadblocks in that. I hope he can maybe help in this endeavor.
I don't have much university training, but I certainly know medicine.
Splendid. It is not my focus, of course, but it is certainly one of my fields of study.
She's still just like, okay then, let's do this. Like she just wants to kind of go, so let's do this.
All right, Jewel also having traveled to this town. Well, she was teleported near this town and now needs to take a long trip back, theoretically walking, has definitely overheard all this. And when there's a pause in conversation, she's going to walk over to the table and say, "You're fellow travelers too. I was sent here on a mission, which I'm close to completing, and then I'm going to need to travel back, and it's always best to travel in numbers. My name is Jewel. Nice to meet you."
And Jewel, where are you headed to?
Good question. I need to meet up with Duella and make a quick delivery. After that, then it's a long trip back for me, back to the university.
Which university?
Is it Kith? Is that what it is? I can't remember.
Tila.
Which is vaguely east. I heard you guys were traveling east.
Technically, Clea's to the south. Whatever.
Oh, no, I see. So Crimson will relax when he hears that it's the University of Tila Kith and says, I don't know if I trust you. You seem a little too eager to join our expedition.
Keela just looks at you, or at Danila with like a, come on now. Puts her hand out for Joel. Nice to meet you, Joel. My name is Key. You can come with us.
Daniel chooses not to notice the look.
Jewel will shake Key's hand and kind of just look over at. I remember your name now.
Daniel Cramson.
Okay, we'll look at Cramson. Maybe do like a little pat on the head, a little condescendingly.
There's no call for that. And Cramson will shy away from that pat because he is an adult man. He doesn't need to be patted on the head.
How tall are you?
Like 3.5 feet tall.
Okay.
I went in
mental
between a couple of kobold heights that were suggested online.
All right, so Ula overhears all of you guys planning this trip. So she unfolds herself from her chair. She's quite tall for a woman because she's an orc. And she makes her way over to your table. And she looks at all you. And she's like, do you guys need some protection on the road?
Keela's eyes are extremely wide, and she goes, yes, absolutely, yes, please, yes.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. A little more muscle would be suitable if things get rough.
I admit that I am not the smartest among us, but I can offer some protection and muscle in a fight. And the road is a dangerous place.
Don't need to tell me twice. Eyes still extremely wide because she has absolutely never seen an orc before.
She's 6 feet tall, so she's, basically Cramson is like half her height.
This is great.
What's worse is I think the two of us might be the closest thing to a front line.
Oh, and also she is kind of scary looking. Like she has some face tattoos as well. And she has a giant great axe strapped to her back, so she's pretty intimidating looking.
Ooh, I do want to point out when I put out my hand to shake Jules' hand, you saw little tendrils of like spirals burned into my arm coming. Yeah. I forgot that part. Well, so after that, Key goes, okay, so I guess we need to find Yilnelis and Duella.
Suppose that's a start to things. Have we any leads on persons of interest?
Yes, the barkeep let me know that Duella was just north of town in a little cottage. Sounded like a pretty solid, easy place to find, especially with your map making skills. I say it's slightly tongue-in-cheek.
Well, I've been told that this Yelnelis character hangs out in the outskirts, wilderness of this area, so perhaps your contact may be our best guide to my contact.
So it sounds like you do want me to join you then.
I never said no.
Nor did you say yes.
Well then, I suppose we may form common cause.
Now I got my hand to shake.
Crimson will shake it.
Keela just looks at you both and is just like, can't believe what's happening right now. She's just got this incredulous look on her face. To the north?
To the north.
And I'll put a hand on the shoulder of Ula and say, "You are welcome too."
Thank you. I don't know what kind of voice to use.
We'll figure out voices as we go.
She kind of like pats you back, but it's a little hard. Not like on purpose, but just, she's not really used to. So it's a little harder than it had to be.
All right, so this is going on. Everybody, give me, we'll say, an average perception check.
Alrighty. Ho ho.
All right, so it looks like Key and Danelle are the only ones that notice it. As you guys are talking, kind of planning, figuring everything out, you notice that there's an older gentleman that you hadn't seen before sitting in the corner, just kind of watching. And he's kind of like leaning forward in his chair, kind of has like a staff that he's just leaning against. He's just watching and smiling.
Now, Keela, the four of us, we don't know anyone else in town, do we?
Truthfully, you three are the only people I know.
And there aren't any more brave adventurers willing to join our merry band in this tavern? And Daniel will, like, sweep his arm a little bit around at that.
Keela's just like, no, stop bringing attention to us.
Ula just kind of looks around.
Well, you see, I'm suspicious of people who are eager to join, but far more suspicious of people who want to listen in but have nothing to add.
I'm guessing you said that extremely loud.
Oh no, that was quieter, but Daniel's gonna hop down from his chair and wander over to the man sitting in the corner.
He looks down at you. What can I do for you?
Oh, good sir, I just was wondering if you had ever heard of a elf living in this village by the name of Yel Nellis. Old scholar, but he might have seemed a bit odd.
It's not one I'm familiar with, but I know I've heard the name.
No,
It's been quite
nothing
a
at
while.
all.
I don't know where you could find him.
When was-
I know I've heard it.
When did you hear it last?
Oh, a few days ago there were some people here kind of came through looking for him.
That's a rather curious thing. What sort of people?
I don't remember too much of them. They were robed. Kind of sinister-like.
At this, Key starts slowly standing behind Ula, using her as a shield of something that's not there yet.
Ula will just kind of like stand up to her full height and cross her arms all intimidating.
These strangers ever say anything beyond who they were looking for?
No, not that I can remember. Just that they were looking for Yalanis or whatever his name is.
Which way did they head off?
I don't know. I didn't follow.
Hmm. Can I make like a perception check against this guy? See if like I see anything that he might be hiding, like on his person, or like anything else that seems off about him.
Sure. Give me a like hard perception.
Hey,
So, despite he looks old, like he probably should have been buried many years ago. His hands, they're really bony. It doesn't look like he's trying to hide anything. He's just got like light robes on, and as you kind of like stare at him, it doesn't look like he's wearing too much else. Like he doesn't have like a sword or anything hidden anywhere, a dagger or anything like that. You see he's got maybe a light tunic, but what catches your attention is his eyes. His eyes seem very young.
what's your name, stranger? I fear I never asked for it.
Oh, I usually just go by Eminar. But I
Eminar.
yes.
Well, Daniel Cramson. And he'll offer a hand to shake.
He reaches out, grabs your hand, and there's actually quite a bit of strength behind it.
Well, thank you for your time, stranger. I suppose my friends and I should be on our way.
Yes, you should. I suppose I should be going too.
Cramson's gonna go and get the roll if it came.
Yeah, it's sitting on the table. Along with a little slip of paper. It says you owe 3 silver.
Yeah, Cramson will pay up. He's got that much.
Alright. So, what do you guys want to do?
I want to get the hell out of this inn now.
Yeah, since we know where
Yeah, I'm
Dwala
happy.
is, or know where she is, to gather our stuff. I stayed overnight in the inn. I don't know if anyone else did, but like gather our stuff and plan to head out that way.
Yeah, I suppose did I think I stayed overnight too.
Yeah.
Is it late afternoon right now?
Yeah, it's reaching like early evening.
Well, do you feel we've time for a short excursion up to your deliveries home?
I think so. The night is young.
Very well. Lead us on.
All right. So, based on what I've been told by the barkeep, which isn't that much, we start heading north out of town, looking for a cabin. The smell coming from it.
That smells bad.
Yeah,
Pungent.
it really doesn't take too long. As soon as you start reaching the edge of town, you can smell something pretty ripe. You keep going, and yeah, it takes about maybe half hour outside of town. The stench doesn't get worse; it just stays pretty much the same. Like, you can just smell the trail there. Yeah, you can see this little house that has a bunch of like different herbs and like mushrooms and ivy and all these different plants growing around it, up it, on it.
All right, I'll call out as we get there. Hello, I'm looking for Elmore. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Elmore's my professor. Never mind. I'm looking for Dwala.
You see, as you're getting closer, you see a couple of the window like coverings open. Older looking lady peeks her head out. What do you want?
I seek Dwala. My professor Elmore sent me on an urgent quest.
Oh. Yeah, well, hurry up. Come on. Get in here.
All right, I'll rush in and hand her the package with the antidote in it.
So when you get in, the smell is just amplified. I mean,
Smells like my nans.
yeah, it hits you right in the face like a baseball bat. Just boom. I mean, you just get this really dirty, musty smell. You actually see a person laying on a cot, wrapped up in different bandages, different like little bundles of herbs and stuff around them. Wet cloth on their forehead, and you can tell that they are sweating profusely.
What's the skill I need to roll for breathing through my mouth and not through my nose?
Oh yeah, sorry, you don't have that skill. But yeah, and you can, looking at this person, you can almost smell the sickness on them. She comes running over. She's like, quick, quick, quick. As soon as you hand it over, she grabs it and runs over, dumps it into a pot of boiling water, starts to slowly stir it, mix it up, mixes in a few more herbs, a couple mushrooms, puts it into a small cup, strains it so it's more of just the pulp, goes over and starts kind of carefully feeding the person on the bed. Like, I can't find. I don't know what's going on with these people, but there's a small village to the north that's just, I don't know. People keep showing up sick. I can't find a cause or cure.
All these people, are they from the same family, different families? How close do they live to one another in the village? Their food and drink, does the village share the same well? Do they share in the same food sources?
Might I suggest having the villagers wear masks when they're within 6 feet of each other?
Indeed, how does the sickness spread? Are those closest at risk? Hmm. Hmm.
Does she have any sort of I don't know, like written any of it down that maybe like we could take a look at? Like, I don't know. Okay, so if I took a look at it, would I be able to roll like medicine or knowledge?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do like medicine to see if you could figure it out.
Can I look
I'll-
over it as well and roll too, or should I just give her a boost to help?
If you both, it'd just be a boost.
Okay, yeah, take a boost because Cramson's going to look over it too.
I'll ask her very nicely, ma'am, would you mind if I looked this over?
No, by all means. Maybe you can find something I'm missing. There's got to be something.
What's the difficulty?
We'll go hard. But then you also get that boost.
Hey.
So yeah, looking over the notes that she's written down, it's she has like a track of all the normal treatments that she's attempted to apply, from different herbs to using some mushrooms that are fairly well known to help with like infection. Even some of the rare, more expensive flowers, seeds, I mean, different tree barks, things that are known to help try to combat infection and sickness. Every time, nothing. There's absolutely no change in the way that they are.
So I don't see a pattern anywhere.
Not through the medicine.
It may be that we will have to visit this village ourselves and collect more data from the villagers there. These notes, it's just not enough to determine it on our own.
How many were there before this person?
In the journal, there shows probably about 8 different individuals. Most of the symptoms seem to be sweating, nausea, and vomiting to start. And then as it progresses, irritability, aggression, some of them have been known to attack family members, friends, other people for no reason whatsoever. It's almost like they just snap and start attacking people.
With my successes, is there anything in there that I can glean to maybe help? Like maybe it's a psychosis or something?
It seems like it is very well could be. What's causing it, that there's nothing that really points out to what it is.
Have these cases all been fatal?
So far, 6.
Where's the other one that is not deceased?
That's a good question.
They escaped?
Ula kind of stands up a little bit taller and is like, "Excuse me?"
I went to go get some herbs to try a new treatment, and I came back and they had snapped their bindings and were gone.
So they
What's
were weak from all of this and they were still strong enough with the aggression to snap binding.
Yes.
Alarming.
This one's sedated.
Sounds
How long ago was that now?
That was probably a good 2 weeks ago.
I don't suppose you had any idea of the direction. Were there any tracks left behind in their absence?
The tracks led south. That's all I know. I could follow them until it started to rain, then I lost them.
South back towards town, or like southeast or southwest away from town?
More southwest.
Last.
Um, when the other ones died, how did they die?
Horribly. Some of them screaming.
Details, ma'am. Details.
What
What was the
symptoms
cause?
preluded the death?
Well, from the ones that I witnessed, they just started screaming, and then some clawed themselves to death. I couldn't stop the bleeding. They literally just bled out. Some just, I'm gonna assume with the amount of sweat they were pouring off, just dehydration.
Truly alarming. Actually, can Cramson attempt a knowledge lore check to know if there are any like magical curses or spells that can induce these types of reactions in people?
Can always give it a shot.
Yeah, because tequila, this is sounding like magic. She's agreeing.
Tequila?
He.
What's
Sorry.
my difficulty?
We'll go hard. Yeah, I know. I heard tequila too. I know it's tequila, but it was tequila.
Damn it.
Hey, tequila.
Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. I knew what she said, but that's what it sounded like.
I've been good at getting washes today.
Yeah. At least you could say you were clean.
Given the state of this pandemic.
Right. Yeah, nothing really comes to mind. Like, you know that there are curses, but which one it could be, who knows? I mean, there's so many curses that are out there, throughout history, that they all have different mannerisms. Some that cause aggression, some that, make those affected willingly want to die, to just everything else, puking themselves to death, just sitting down, not caring, wasting away.
Blast, if I had a library here, perhaps. But no. And Cramson's going to turn to the rest of the group and say, I do not know how urgent your other tasks are, but I, for one, am willing to delay my own search for Yelnellis to investigate this further. What say all of you?
Key looks at Ula and the rest of the group and kind of looks nervous, but she's like, yeah, we need to help these people.
I have no other pressing matters.
My quest has led me here. I should see it to completion.
Cramson's going to snort a little bit at that and say, professors never have important quests. But good. I am uncertain whether or not it is worth our time to hunt the escaped victim, and yet it's truly alarming that someone could be spreading the contagion, if there is one, or causing harm to others. It may be best for us to visit this village first and ascertain the state of things there. Have you taken any precautions when interacting with the infected yourself?
I just make sure that I basically cover anything that's, like my hands, my face, just to kind of make sure that whatever it is, I'm not catching it.
Very well. Masks it is, then. We shall be sure to stay at least 6 feet apart.
But see, you gotta remember, I don't know how this is spread. I mean, I've dealt with the others and I've been fine. Up until recently, I tried that to see if that might help, but so far I still haven't gotten sick.
It is possible that whatever is causing this does not use ordinary vectors of infection. Especially if this is truly magical in nature, there could be forces beyond our current understanding that dictate who is affected. Or it may just be for the people of the village. Still, we will need to investigate if we have any hope of finding what is wrong here.
Alright, well, I mean, yeah, if you can figure this out, please let me know.
Also, side note, how many story points do we have right now?
4.
Gotcha.
It's one per player.
Cool.
Actually, if you have the table up on RPG sessions, it's right at the top. Although I keep trying to fix it and change it, but let me do this.
Oh, is it like the pips on the left side?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do something really quick.
Oh, now I know what those are. That makes sense.
Because I was trying to get them to be cooler looking.
It serves its job.
Save changes, okay.
But yeah, I don't know about everyone else, but Cramson's feeling like taking a hike up north to see what's happening at Ground Zero.
Okay.
Sure, I think we should go to the village too.
Keela would like to get away from the village that we were just in.
Ula just follows everybody.
She's
Honestly, Ula's just happy to be here,
Honestly, she's
and
just
we are
happy.
happy to have her here.
She's just happy to have friends right now. She's been on her own for a long time.
Well, I'm telling you now, Key is gonna stick to you like glue.
Key has a type.
Key has a big fear.
Alright, so you guys head to the north?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
Also, I'm blown away because I definitely took a heavy inspiration from my character, from a character from the game Pathologic. So stumbling into a plague at the start of our adventure is a little too close. It's too much coincidence. It's scary now.
Where would Joe have got an idea for a plague or an illness?
Yeah, what could be happening outside in our world right now?
Who knows?
Why did I start playing a plague-related game as well?
How did you know I was going to introduce a plague into the game? If it is a plague.
A lot of us are university types or know a lot about medicine, so this makes a lot of sense.
I didn't realize we all went for medicine characters. This is incredible.
I told you all I was going for a healer.
I knew you were a healer, but like I didn't realize that. I guess I should have thought that. Yeah, as a mage, you'd probably be a university type too, John.
Well, yeah, Int is medicine, so I naturally like get my dice there. So yeah.
She focuses
And once
more
again,
on the
Ula's just
woogly.
happy to be here.
We will
Not that I
hear
can heal you, but I have medicine points. So
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Can I use the utility spell to try to detect magic on this person to see if I can tell if their illness is magical?
Can you use utility?
I can.
All right. Take 2 strain because it's actually gonna
Okay.
require a roll. We're gonna start off as hard.
God,
Okay.
we're all spellcasters too. I love this.
I'll assist on this because I'm curious too. So I'll at least give her the bonus or give her the
They get the boost.
yeah.
Okay. So what am I? Casting? Lore or primal?
Primal. Whatever magic you're using to cast.
Hey.
All right. 2 successes, 1 advantage. Nice. You are sensing magic. You're not exactly sure what type, but you. How does magic appear to you when you look for it? Because magic for everybody is going to be different, both when they cast and when they perceive it. I mean, fireball's a fireball, but like when you see magic, like that you're casting, what does it look like to you? Like, is there a color to it? Does it sparkle?
Well, it's primal, so I kind of it's kind of more like a maybe like an elemental sparks, maybe.
Okay. So, as you're looking at the individual who's laying on the cot, you can see it almost looks like black sparks going through their body. Almost like it's following their veins, going up into their head, where it flares, and it's just a black flare.
Does it appear to have um like an origin point? Okay, it because I'm guessing it appears that the ending point is the head
Yes.
or the brain. So, but does there appear to be an origin point?
Yes, actually. When you're uh, looking at it, it seems to be on the leg, like down by the foot. Just you see a spot that's just got like 2 little, just almost invisible little sparks.
Oh shit! Now that's some detective work.
So, all right. So Ula kind of studies while they're kind of discussing um like going to blah blah blah. Ula just kind of like looks over the patient, and she just kind of studies it, and she casts her detect magic, um which isn't really obvious, obviously. But Jewel noticed because she helped. But when she notices, she kind of like stands up quickly for to her full height, and she's like, "This is magical, and this does not look good."
As you say that, Key stands straight at attention and starts like kind of shaking. Magic?
The origin point is down here, and I point to the leg. where it is on the leg. And it appears to travel through the veins, and it's attacking the brain, which would explain the aggression and whatnot, I would assume.
So when you
It
say that, Dwala goes over and she's like, "Wait, where? What?" And where you're pointing out where it starts, she starts looking. She's like, "No, there was just all that he had was a little bug bite. It wasn't anything."
Wait, a bug bite?
Yeah, I mean, he's a farmer. They get him all the time. They just look like a little spider bite.
But you don't know for sure what kind of bug it was?
No, it just, I mean, there's two little punctures, like, when you get bit by something, but
It's something small then. Fantastic work, Ula. You have greatly sold yourself short.
okay, but you're saying that it's magic. So
Yes.
how can we fix it? I've got nothing for that.
Keela just kind of starts rocking back and forth because she knows that she could try.
All right, I need discipline? Give me a hard discipline check
Oh dear.
for Key.
I really need to start putting rings into discipline.
Can I use my advantage to recover one of my strains?
Yeah. So you succeed, so you manage to not freak out. But,
Jesus Christ, it's Rot's check.
But sort of. You can feel the other one kind of almost scratching to get out. Take 3 strain, just because you're stressed out about this right now, but you're not freaking out about it.
Okay. Do you mind if I try something?
Be our guest.
Alright, I can't find the spell book, so I don't know exactly which divine spell is to try to heal. I can't find it in the books. Do you guys remember what pages they're on
For what?
for divine spells?
Oh, for heal?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think I know it's late in Genesis, but
I have the Google Drive up.
I was gonna say, I know in the book it starts on 210. And then I want to say it's like 214, maybe 215. Roughly in that area.
Thank you, that's helpful. So would this be okay? So it's not. I can't use dispel because that's Arcana only. Would I be able to know if I can heal this with the divine healing? I mean, I suppose I could just try it.
Yeah, you can always try it.
All right. What would the difficulty then be? And I do get a setback, right? Or did I pass the check so I don't get the setback?
Yeah, no, you succeeded because you had 2 successes, so you passed that check. It's just you took strain because you could feel it kind of clawing in your mind. So you're unnerved, but you're not suffering from any condition. We're gonna go hard with 1 red. So 1 red, 2 purple. Or hold on. It starts out easy. What are you trying to amp it up or anything?
Well, I was thinking of utilizing my divine the Paragon, the divine intervention. So when I roll, I can remove one of the the dice from the pool before resolving the result.
Oh, that's right. That stupid skill. Stupid
You
ability.
love that skill. She's got her little medallion that she
Heroic
starts
abilities.
rubbing as she's walking up.
All right.
So still 1 red, 2 purple.
Yeah, for this it'll be 1 red, 2 purple.
I can only remove the purple dice, so I can
Yes.
remove the purple. So it's still 1 failure. Right?
Yes. You take 2 strain from casting the spell, but you do have 3 advantage. So you could basically recover that strain.
So it'd still be at 11.
Yeah, if you spend 2 of your advantage to recover the strain.
Or could I use my advantage to be like, this could work, or it didn't work? Like, give the advantage onto someone else if they wanted to try.
Yeah, so with your advantage, I mean, you can use 1 to just pass a boost to the next person, or you could use the 3 to give it a boost specifically to someone. Or you could be like, okay, I'm gonna give a boost, pass a boost on to whoever goes next, and recover 2 strain. Or, hey, Jewel, you now have a boost on your next roll.
'Cause part of me thinks that she wouldn't recover her own strain because she thinks that she did it to herself to fail.
Gotcha.
So she'll pass it on to if Jewel or Danelle wants to do it. She's just gonna kind of look at you guys, be like, I think it can be done. And she looks extremely exhausted.
We find ourselves in strange company indeed. I could attempt this.
Does Verse have access to the heal?
Yeah, Verse has heal.
Nice.
It could be done. Do you no matter. And Cramson will stand before the body, and he'll start like a low hum, which slowly turns into like a soft lullaby, like the sort of song that a mother would put their child to sleep with. And I will also attempt a healing spell now.
So
I
the
will
way
give
that
you a boost on that.
yeah, and the way that Key is giving the boost is you can tell that she's like rubbing a medallion of some sort.
So is that 2 boosts on that?
Yeah, get the one from Key, and I think Ula is trying to assist.
Yeah, Ula is just kind of she's not super versed in healing, but if you like point something out, like, can she help somehow, she'll definitely do that to help boost your healing. Even if it's just kind of giving you a jolt or something to give you an extra bit of magic.
I'm kind of
Yeah, I feel like Cramson's used to like knowing primalists from back home, so he can like incorporate that magic into the song.
I'm kind of picturing it from the Simpsons movie when Homer is like coming out of his little vision quest, and the Inuit sitting over there, just like breathing in his face.
That's one way of picturing it, I suppose. Was it 1 red, 2 purple as difficulty?
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit.
All right. So you're gonna take the 2 strain, just from, using the magic. So how does the magic look to? What does your magic look like?
So, to the observer, you don't see a physical effect at first, but it's almost like um, the light seems to shift in the room from the song. Like it starts to swell and fill your head a little bit. Like not loud or overpowering, but as if it's vibrating through you. Um, and there's maybe a change in the breathing of the patient as that sort of fills them up too, and they almost seem to shake with the hum of the song.
All right. So as they begin to kind of shake, Dwella kind of gets a little worried because her patient is now shaking, and she's kind of freaking out about it. She's trying to
A
apply
little bit.
Oh, right, but it's a new symptom to her. Um, to Ula, since she can still kind of see the magic sitting there. At first, it doesn't seem to have an effect. It doesn't seem to do much, and then you see almost like a pulsing start to get pushed from the head back down to the foot. And when it does, anyone that's looking down there will see a black liquid start to come out of where there was a bite.
Anyone got a bottle to capture that?
We're in an apothecary / herbalist. I'm pretty sure there's a bottle around here.
Yeah, as soon as that starts coming out, you see her look over, sprint over to a shelf, grab a bunch of vials, and come sprinting back, and just kind of hold it over it, trying to catch as much as she can. This is. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing, but just keep it up.
And
He like keeps shaking a little bit, like this is freaking her the F out, but this guy's getting healed.
once the song is finished, Cramson will turn to Ula and Keela and say, "Ah, well, thank you for that. I had never attempted something quite so ambitious before."
Ula just kind of bows her head to you, like happy to help type of thing.
Key just goes, it, it, it needed to be done.
Jewel is quietly impressed. Like she wasn't sure what you were doing. She had her doubts, but she's impressed.
Maybe you won't get the condescending head pat this time.
You might get the good game buddy on the back.
Rivalry's still on for the moment.
We slap on the ass, like, yeah, way to go, buddy.
Oof.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? He's still out. Again, he was sedated even before you guys got there.
So, we know that it is magical in nature, and it's spread by bite, a small creature. 2 fangs, mandibles, teeth, however we want to call it.
Ula wants to ask Duella, your other patients, did they also have this bite?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think anything of it because they do a lot of farming. It happens. They get them all the time.
So they're all farmers?
Yeah, that's what most of the village is. So it's yeah, that's just I can't believe I overlooked that. It just looked like a normal bug bite.
Kilo wants to look at the bug closer. Maybe roll knowledge forbidden. See if it's a specific magical bug.
You want to look at the vial?
Yeah, the vial with the bug in it.
Well, we
There's
don't
no
have the
bug.
bug. We just have
No,
the
it's just the
bad goop.
like the ichor.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe I'll just can I roll knowledge forbidden on that to see if I can learn more about maybe origin or something?
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
Worth it, just to take a peek.
We'll make this a daunting. Because all you have is just a black goo, almost tarish in consistency.
Daunting is 4, right?
Yes.
Knowledge forbidden is a career rank, so I will give an assist on this. I'll give a boost.
All right. He kind of nods at you, like, let's figure this out. Damn it. We learned nothing.
So looking closer, yeah, you're looking at it. It could be anything. I mean, it could be a poison. It could be a venom. Who knows? I mean, it could just be some sort of new mutation, or possibly even just an insect nobody's found and milked the venom from. With your threat, you start to kind of freak out a little because you notice that you now have this little black spot on your thumb.
All right. Yeah, and she just holds her thumb up.
All right.
Maybe we should go find out more about this.
Is that fluid on her thumb, or is it like
a
the
bug?
skin?
The fluid that came out that's in the vial. There was a little bit that was on the side where she grabbed, and now it's on her finger.
Maybe we should just wipe that off very slowly.
All right.
Is there a trough with some soap? Can I wash my hands, please?
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's a little spot where you can get your hand cleaned up.
Does it remove the black spot?
It actually seems to spread it.
Oh boy.
And,
Hey, I saw this episode of SpongeBob.
And we're going to take a break. So get up, stretch, get something to drink, hit the bathroom.
That's fair.
About
That's fair.
5-ish
I
minutes.
do magic, and I get a black spot on my goddamn thumb.
I tried to heal someone, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
And a black spot on my thumb.
Long John Silver's after us now.
All right. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
I am already so pleased with where this game is going. This is wonderful.
I had to look up to see if there was anything I could do with the magic. Because it might be a while before I get to Smash.
This is honestly a really fun magic system.
It's pretty interesting, definitely.
Yeah, I think there's almost endless flexibility for how you want things to go within certain limits. So I really like it too.
Yeah, honestly, I really like the idea of limiting your magic by vague categories. Like, you can't cast attack magic, but you can dispel or curse or heal or what have you. Because then you have to be creative, like, okay, I can do anything in these parameters. And that's really cool.
Except everybody can attack with attack magic.
Well, Verse doesn't have attack magic.
Oh, you're the only one.
I can't believe I didn't realize we were all a different type of magic user. Like all 4 main types of magic represented. That's so cool. Also, is Jewel an elf? I feel like that was said. No?
Just human, straight human.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Gotcha.
wondering that too.
I don't know why I had it in my head that there was an elf in the party.
I thought she was an elf too, unless were you gonna be and then you changed your mind?
I made up this memory. Is Key an elf or are you a human?
I am definitely a human.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I grew up in a sect of humans that hate magic.
Ooh.
It's the Mandela effect. Tom and I totally remember that John was going to be an elf.
Yeah, we just fabricated this memory whole cloth. I feel like there's an 80+% chance, but it's just because the name Jewel sounds like it could be an elf name. We were just like, oh yeah, probably an elf.
I don't know. I really feel like somebody mentioned an elf.
Maybe it was Ryan before he left this one. I don't
That
know.
could be. Also, Joe and I were watching How I Met Your Mother clips, and I was like, oh my god, Jin and Sid are Lily and Marshall.
I never thought I'd hear that dynamic used to describe them, but I don't know if I can refute it necessarily.
You know, like minus the getting married part, but they're like,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. But
No,
the vibe
enough
of parent
time.
friends to their screw up band of friends.
You never know what
Exactly.
would happen. They could have given enough time.
They're platonic life partners. Come on.
It's true.
That is my new favorite thing. And that is now canon. I don't care what Tom says. He doesn't get a say in it now.
But I'm agreeing.
All right, and we're back. See, wasn't a long break.
So that's not good. Well, all I can say is we don't yet know what those effects are, but we can probably counter it. We've already won one small victory against whatever this thing is.
With my detect magic spell that I had on, is it still showing? Can I still see like sparks of magic on the liquid, or
No,
is it gone?
it's gone.
Just
But-
for comedic effect, though.
But yeah, do all
Excellent.
these? Do you have that mark as you're looking at it? And she's like, I think I might have something that can take care of that. She grabs up, walks over, starts just going through a bunch of different vials. Comes
Goat
back
urine.
with, comes back with looks like a clear one. Kind of just puts a couple little drops on your thumb, and it stings, not super bad. It like you can feel it, almost like it's trying to like eat away at your finger, but it's not very painful. She gives it a couple seconds, and you see it start kind of bubbling. Then she takes a rag and starts wiping it off, and it starts just remove all of it.
Just get
Is
a
it
little
back
turpentine on there.
Ma'am, may I ask what you just did?
I cleaned your thumb.
But what was it on it?
Oh, whatever was in the vial was on your thumb.
But how come soap and water didn't clean it?
I mean, soap and water doesn't clean everything. This is just like a little concoction I've made from gets all the stuff off my hands that I can't just wash off.
All that blood.
So sorry, out of character. So this is this magic lady's 409.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Please tell me that it stinks. I feel like if the whole hut stinks, that her hand should now stink.
There's a little like if she smells her thumb, it'll kind of burn the nostrils a little. Yeah.
Well, smelling bad is the least of my worries, so
Like, well,
I think we should go to the village.
yeah, if you guys can figure out what's doing this, then I can hopefully I can't really find a cure, but hopefully you guys can figure this out.
Indeed. If we're going there, we ought to protect ourselves from small insects or creatures.
Also, could we get a small or a vial of your cleaning solution? Because I have a feeling that might be helpful.
Sure. Yeah, I got more. Just kind of wanders up, comes back, a little bit bigger bottle. It's got a nice little cork stopper in it. Like, here you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just be very careful. Make sure you don't leave it on too long. It'll eat through most things.
Good to know. Thank you.
So that she kind of goes back to just examining the vial. Starts kind of like taking like a little dropper, putting it on different little things, see what it affects it.
I think Cramson is actually going to leave his cloak here that he's been wearing this whole time, just because he doesn't want like a demon flea to like get stuck on the inside and like hijack with us.
You know, to be honest, I think I will leave my backpack as well for the same reason.
Oh yeah, it's probably a good idea. Farewell, bedroll. I knew thee well.
Hopefully, we'll be back before we need it.
Well, it's getting late. We may have to spend the night in the flea village.
I was gonna say, do you really want to sleep outside there, though?
No.
I definitely don't. And you aren't getting me to leave my possessions behind.
Fair enough. But we'll have to be thorough checking ourselves for any unwanted guests if we travel elsewhere.
You'll never get the stench out if you leave it here overnight.
Well, it's the least of our concerns at this point.
How late in the evening are we at now?
It's pretty dark out right now.
So it's probably not a good idea to go traipsing to this village right now anyway.
Well, I mean,
No.
you always
No.
can, but yeah, your time here, it's it's dark. I mean, it's not late. It's just it's dark. It's been here about an hour or so.
Do we feel safe returning to the town and attempting again early tomorrow morning?
I do if
Jewel
you
would,
guys are with me.
Jewel would prefer that as opposed to staying here. She doesn't like to stay somewhere that's this stinky and this rustic.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Ula's fine with that as well.
Can
We
I
should
bump
check.
with Ula?
Sure.
We should check ourselves for ticks as we leave, but yes, better to head back.
We can go catch
Actually-
a dinner.
Actually, yeah, Crampson's gonna roll perception now to like tick check.
Right.
No demon bugs here.
Wouldn't we be able to see if we had like those magic bugs on us by detect magic?
Well, when you say it that way, it sounds sensible.
I mean, they are magical bugs, right? Like,
I don't suppose the old detect magic is still running, or we'd need to cast a new one, right?
Oh, if she's concentrating on it, then it would still be up.
I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, it would have not like, oh my god, concentrating, but she would be kind of, because she's been trying to figure out what it is and like, is it doing, that's why she like asked if it's sparking and showing magic once it was out and stuff. So I guess she would probably have it up still a little bit. Not like super concentrating, but background concentrating.
So not super concentrated, more diluted.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. No, you're not seeing anything on anybody.
Crampson's
enough.
gonna party with 3 women. He's gonna do the like, I'll check you for ticks if you check me for ticks.
No, Daniel meant himself.
You better be thorough. That's right. Get all up in the nook and crannies.
He's taking this seriously, and he's checking himself.
Well, Ula will tell him, I don't see any magical bugs on you.
I shall take your word for it then.
Or really on anybody. Guess I'll just put that out there that I don't see him on anybody, not just Crimson.
You're fine. The rest of y'all fucked.
The rest of you are covered in them.
The rest of you get to spend the night here.
Welcome to quarantine. Alright, so you guys head back to town to the inn.
Yeah.
Alright, it doesn't take too long. Yeah, you go in. Head to the rooms. So yeah, if you rest up, then you get all your strain back.
Woo!
yay.
So flash forward. Morning comes. What do you guys want to do?
Head to the village.
Yep.
Yeah, probably no point in asking after the runaway patient just yet. We can worry about that later.
Besides, I'm pretty sure that if he was here, we probably already would have heard about it.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty big thing. But yeah, so I say we'll get together and head for the village.
Okay.
And like before, leaving cloak and backpack for now, pants tucked into boots, all of the important deep woods strategies.
Exactly. At least we leave him here in our room. It's fine.
Better than leaving him at the apothecary.
Keela takes her knapsack anyway. She's got very few possessions and she will not be separated from them.
All right.
Same with Jewel. Jewel's taking her stuff with her.
I have very few possessions, but nothing that's irreplaceable. So
Yeah.
she
Keela
doesn't
is
care.
also ready to bolt and run in the opposite direction if she has to.
All right. So you guys make your way towards the little village. Takes you a good hour or so, hour and a half to kind of start getting close to it, and you start to see a lot of farmland. Road kind of splits off more towards like a trail. It leads a little bit further off. Give me perceptions. I'll say average.
Ho ho. Hey! First triumph of the night.
All right. So it looks like everybody but Key sees this. So I'm just gonna go over the general. As you guys kind of start getting towards, almost looks like a fork in the road. You start to hear this sound. It sounds like fighting. But it doesn't sound like weapon on weapon. It more like just sounds like, it almost has a sound of like somebody punching a bag of meat.
Ooh.
And as you kind of get closer to it, you can see some motion behind these bushes. Those that see it can see it looks like a group of about 5 or 6 goblins punching something that's on the ground. Let's see. Jewel, however, with your triumph, you notice that you can definitely tell that there's 5 goblins that are just wailing away on something. You kind of move a little bit over, and you can tell that they're just wailing away on another goblin. What do you guys want to do?
All right. Break it up. Cut that shit out at once.
Alright, as soon as you say that, they spin, and you see them draw some like jagged blades and come charging at you.
Daniel will draw his sword. You want to go? You want to go, little buddy?
Oh God, this is great.
Alright, give me a second. I gotta find where the hell I put the cards. Be right back.
And Keela finally notices as you start yelling, "You want to go?"
You just see a wave of goblins rush out of the brush, waggling knives while Daniel's like, shut the fuck up and sit down. I'm trying to talk to you.
Another race she's never ever seen before. Like, what the hell is happening here?
Poor Key, man. She's never met anybody.
She, like I said, was very isolated in her growing up.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Key had like a nasty cult upbringing.
Yes, she
Based on
did.
things so far.
She's Amish.
Is a bit more of an Amish.
I don't know. Amish seems too tame.
If I was Amish, I wouldn't be using magic.
Mennonite.
Well, if we're gonna use that kind of an allegory, I was a non-Amish person being raised by really abusive Amish people.
That reminds me, did we ever find out what Tika was running from? I don't think we ever did we?
Let's keep it a secret
Yeah,
just
no.
in case we go back to that game.
Yeah, we may still go back.
I can't remember, so I have to read back through my notes.
I'm still excited to learn Tika's backstory.
She has one. I just can't remember it at the moment.
It's definitely Monday.
It's all good.
Oh my god. I tried to leave work like 3 times and I had to keep like walking back to grab something because I kept forgetting things.
Okay, now I remember. But I'm going to keep it a secret just in case we go back to the game. Because it could be plot point.
I'm assuming these goblins are the same size as me, so they don't like get any setbacks for trying to hit me because I'm small, right?
Right.
Dang it.
Do we get advantages if we're larger than they are?
Actually, no. It's harder to hit them.
Yeah, you get setbacks.
But, I mean, normally, like, if you're, like, a silhouette 2, then you would have a setback, but just because you're one size larger, there's no real effect.
Oh.
I just gotta add this in here really quick. Alright. So... So for initiative, what we're gonna do is... Danil, you can run... cool. Everybody else gets vigilance.
What if my cool is better? Can I choose to do that instead of vigilance?
I mean, he was aware of them. She was aware. Sorry, Jules is she. Gotta remember my pronouns.
It's important.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled 3 successes. I'm not going to re-roll.
Sorry. I had to do something.
Okay then.
Initiative. Alright, so there's the initiative order. Don't know.
Yeah, I had this coming. They will take 1 setback, though, from the defensive quality of my sword.
Yes. Alright. So, with them kind of surrounding you and bringing their jagged looking nasty blades down, they do a couple manage to get you for a total of 6 damage before soak.
Alright, I am going to activate my parry ability. So I will take 3 strain to reduce that by 3 before soak, and then my soak is also 3, so I'm just going to negate that damage entirely.
Well, fine if you want to be a dick about it.
Nice job, Danil.
Alright, so
Well,
yeah.
I can't do that very much, but he's gonna just grunting, like, block all the knives, like, is that the best you've got?
So yeah, I mean they're trying and you're just
He almost sounds like a William Shatner kind of character.
Do you think someone should attack them now?
Like a mix between him and Sean Connery.
You know what? Can I take this PC slot? It's a terrible idea, but I want to lay into these goblins.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Also, one quick question before I start swinging. Do we need to worry about lethal, non-lethal, or can we just say I'm choosing not to kill them and they'll stay alive? Okay. All right, so Daniel will be trying not to kill them, but he's still going to slash some people. Hell yeah. So that is 5 damage before their soak. And I guess I'll take an extra strain, probably. Five. As Daniel just goes from, like, blocking, like, 4 knives at once to a counter swing.
Alright. Anything else you want to do? Still got maneuver.
Oh, I could have aimed. Dang it. Well, nah, I'm not gonna spend my maneuver.
So then we'll go to Boink. Next PC.
All right, I'll go.
Go for it.
I'm going to use my challenge as my maneuver. So I tell them, hey, leave them alone. And so it's once per encounter, your character may use his talent to choose a number of adversaries within short range. So I guess it's only one of them I can do this to. And so that encounter ends or my character is incapacitated, the adversary receives a boost to attack me, but they receive 2 setbacks to attack anybody else.
All right. Is it a action to activate that, or is it a maneuver?
It's a maneuver.
Okay.
So please note, Crampston, I'm trying to draw them off of you.
I appreciate it.
Okay. And then I will attack on my regular roll against one of them.
Okay. How are you attacking? Are you using like a melee, or are you slinging a
It's
spell?
magic. I'm sorry, doing a magic attack. I'm sorry.
Okay. Are you adding anything to it?
No, I'm just gonna straight up and roll.
Describe that magical attack to us. How does Jewel blast people?
Jules got a magical staff that she points and definitely blasts out. And it blasts out like a green energy because her eyes are green. We haven't talked about that yet, but her eyes are like a gray green. It kind of shoots out that type of energy out of it. Yeah, so it's 4 from there and then 4 from the staff. So it's 8 base.
The staff adds 4 damage?
Yeah, plus the 3
How did you
sometimes.
afford a staff at first level? Holy shit.
I have a staff, but it's only 2 damage.
Did you get like a special staff with a different kind of wood?
Yeah. Did I pick something wrong?
Oh, we'd have to double check it. We can do that later.
I think
Yeah, we can do that afterwards. I won't object to you just nuking some goblins.
All right. So.
But my staff isn't magic. My staff is just like a. I
Oh,
hit you with
that'd be
my
why.
staff.
Oh, that might be it.
Yeah, that'd be why. His is a the mage part of their starting equipment is I believe either like a wand or a magic staff. But like the different materials, I mean, if you do like one with bone or different types of woods, you actually get different bonuses to it. It's really cool.
Yeah, so with my successes, it's 11.
Yep.
And I'll use my advantage to. I'll pass on 1 boost to the next person and recover 1 strain.
All right. So yeah, you took the two strain from casting. Yeah, 2 of the goblins just kind of seize up and hit the ground and don't move. Which leaves 3 left.
I'll go.
Keela's very happy to let you do that.
Alright, what are you doing?
I would like to. Are we trying to kill them or not? Because I heard both.
Danil was trying not to. More
Jewel's
just
trying to
in
kill
Yeah, Jewel is trying to murder. Personal preference.
All right. Well, I'm going to take out my axe and take a big old swing at one of them.
Hassan, drop.
Is that average?
Yes.
Oh, and I get a boost.
You do get a boost.
Nice.
1 success, 2 advantage. Alright. So,
Don't suppose that's enough to crit.
No, it's not. But it has Pierce 2 and Vicious 1.
Oh, there's
That's
some
not an
damage.
axe.
Alright,
This is an
what's-
axe.
right. What's the
There's that
damage?
extra defense. Sorry to be the downer.
So, describe how this goes. You take out another 2.
Okay, so basically, she, when they started attacking Daniel, she saw him he fight back, saw Jewel take out a couple, and so she just grabs her great axe off of her back and kind of charges in and just whack, big old swing, probably, maybe right into their heads. I don't know. They're short, she's tall, so
Alright. So yeah, Yula charges in, swinging her axe. Just cleaves right to the neck of 2 of the remaining goblins, and their bodies drop. The heads kind of fly about 10 feet before they hit the ground with a thunk type sound. So there's 1 left. PC.
I am going to swing at the very last one with my staff.
Aiming to kill or to not kill?
Oh, no. She's definitely going for a TKO. She's never going to try to kill someone. She's just going to try to knock them out. And she does not. This is the first time she's ever tried to swing at something in defense. Nope. She misses. Goes over its head.
Alright, so go ahead and roll melee.
Yeah.
It'll be average difficulty, so 2. Really quick.
I
I need-
did.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I missed the roll.
Yeah, she already failed the roll.
Oh,
I
okay.
failed it.
On a different screen, so I can click the goblin stuff. Alright. So you got 3 advantage, but yeah, that last one kind of sees it coming. You're just doing this huge wind up to bring it around and just ducks down below it.
She's also
Almost conks
not
Daniel in the
sure.
head.
Yeah, she's not sure she really wants to hit it, so it just kind of misses at the same time. Yeah. I don't know what can I throw the advantages to the next person on the next round?
Yeah, I mean you have 3 advantage, so you could give it to someone specific if you want.
I'll give it to the next PC. That goes.
Okay, so you have 2 left.
I'll give one to everyone. Advantages all around.
Alright. So,
You all see how weak I am, so you want to protect me.
The ambi effect.
yep. Alright, so now we go to PC slot. Or NPC, sorry. So, poor
One
lone.
goblin on a log.
Yeah, this poor lone little one. He is. Spends his maneuver running, and then does the same for his action, and just keeps. Or actually, hold on. Let's see, we're gonna do this. Basically, he runs back over into the bushes, and he's going to attempt to see if he can disappear. No. He thinks he's being sneaky. He just jumped over and kind of gathers a couple branches, and he's like kind of holding them behind himself as he's running.
Throws down a smoke bomb, but it's a dud.
Pretty much, and yeah, you guys can see him just running. So we go PC.
I mean, I don't really see any reason to hunt him down.
I mean, I don't care. I have long legs if you really want me to try to catch
You're
up to
thinking
him.
about
But
it, though. You're
I-
thinking about it.
I'd like to go to the goblin they're beating up to see if he's alive.
Okay. So are we just really gonna let him go, or is somebody gonna take the PC slot?
That's up to you guys because it's not going to be key.
Jewel's not cruel that she's not gonna blast somebody away, although she thinks it's foolish they attacked her and her friends, but she's not gonna like be malicious about it.
Okay.
yeah, pretty much Ula feels the same way. Like she doesn't want to be that orc, the one everybody's afraid of. She wants to yeah, she wants to at least, she's not going to chase somebody down because they ran away. Unless they're a big bad guy. But this guy, no.
Daniel's just going to look around a little sadly at the goblin corpses surrounding his non-lethal intentions and just say, I could have taken them. And then he'll let Keela go investigate the other goblin body.
Alright.
Jewel might say, "We believe in you," and like do the pet pat again, but this
He's not going to succeed because Daniel's going to move away before being patted.
You will be parried.
Yes.
Alright, so Key walks up kinda into the bushes. As you kneel down, kinda check his breathing, kinda look for a pulse. He has one, it's faint, but he is out cold. As soon as you start kinda poking around, checking for everything, he kinda opens his eyes, curls up, no.
No, I'm here to help. It's okay.
Are there any symptoms of the infection on the goblin?
No.
Any symptoms on the ones we killed?
Give me a hard medicine.
Okay.
For me to heal the goblin that was being attacked, would that be a hard medicine too?
No, that would be... I think it's average. There's an average, I think it's divine check.
I have to do magic.
Yep. If
Also,
if you're using magic.
No, I'm gonna try to use medicine first and see if that helps him.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do a hard medicine. He's pretty beat up. But for every success you get, okay, heal him up a little bit.
Oh, come on. Can we say that I didn't use my divine intervention? Wait, no, that's only a divine skill. Never mind. Oh, wait.
Also, I succeeded my check with, I think, 1 success, 1 threat.
For medicine. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you heal him for 1 point of damage.
Oh, no, that was to check the bodies for signs
Oh,
of
that's right. Sorry. Looking over him, you don't see any noticeable marks. Doesn't look like they have any symptoms of like what you were seeing back at.
But Daniel will come over and like try to help out if he wants to do another check or can do a check of his own. Either way.
I think she would like to try one more time.
Yeah, you can take a boost from me then.
And then if it doesn't work this time, then she's going to need to buck up and try magic. She has a mandate to heal. There we go.
Ooh!
Nice.
Now that's the good shit.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, any time.
All the while, she's, making soothing noises and trying to keep this goblin calm.
Yeah, he's curled up. So you heal him, like, quote unquote 1 point of damage on him. But some of the worst of the wounds, you get to stop bleeding and kind of help stabilize him.
Is he awake at all?
Yeah, he's awake. He woke up when you were like checking him.
Is this your village?
No.
Is there anywhere nearby that you can have shelter?
Not anymore.
What happened?
They attacked my village.
Who did?
The red spears.
Did you say red spears out of character?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that who those goblins were that were attacking you, or is that something different?
That's who they're with. They're red spears. I'm not.
Think there may have been any other survivors?
I don't know.
Well,
I saw them killing everyone and I just ran.
well, I don't know how much we can offer, but we can get you patched up and you can stick with us for safety in case those raiders come back.
Yes, feel free to join us. We already have kobolds and orcs and humans
Oh my.
here.
We may be headed into a dangerous situation of our own. Actually, I guess we never asked, like, if the village we're headed to is majority human or if this goblin is from the same village.
It is primarily human. There's a few. I mean, there's a few, couple other races in there or species in there, but yeah, it's dominantly human.
Oh, but the goblin was a villager there in that same village.
No, he has a different.
Oh,
His village is
okay.
somewhere else.
Okay, gotcha. We're headed into a dangerous situation, but there is an apothecary back that way. Are you well enough to travel? Do you need us to get you back there? Or...
It is about an hour back.
I don't know. I hurt.
All right, then.
Are we able to roll again to try to patch him up a little more, or are we...
Medicine, no.
Okay.
Well, Ula, would you
Yes.
mind giving us a hand with this guy? I think we might need to make a quick detour back to the place.
Of course. Do you want me to carry him?
I think you may have an easier time than myself, and he'll hold up his stubby little arms.
You got a big head and little arms.
Would it still be a hard check?
To use magic to do it?
Yeah, Keela starts shaking. Because she knows she can.
So it'll start off average. Unless you want to try to amp it up.
I think Keela will try it.
Normal or amped?
Normal. I don't know. How would I amp it up? Well, I still have to roll a check to see if I even can. Oh, I see. I wouldn't amp it up then. I just want to get him patched up enough to be able to walk so we can continue our mission. Seriously, healing people is the only thing that makes her want to try using magic.
Crimson will take note of her strange reaction, and yet almost compulsion to do more for him. He's kind of a jackass, so he hasn't quite figured Key out yet.
She's definitely used to brash people in her life, but she's not used to one that has kindness at the heart of him. Okay. So I'm just going to try it normal. Right, but I still have to roll, right?
So yeah, it'll take some strain too.
Discipline, right?
No. Oh, yeah, she'll need to. Since she's using magic, she's gonna need to do that. Make sure she doesn't freak out.
What's my difficulty on this one?
We'll go hard, but you'll get a boost because you know you can heal.
Okay. Nope. Keela is full-blown panic attack.
Yep. So yeah, you guys just see Key just start freaking out.
She literally kind of kneels down on the ground, puts her hands on her ears, and kind of starts shaking.
Jewel will put a hand on her shoulder and say, magic is a natural part of the world. There's nothing to be afraid of to use it.
Ula's just gonna kind of like look at her, like, because she doesn't really understand what just happened.
Cramson isn't entirely sure either, but he's going to sit down nearby because he was also like kneeling around the goblin anyway, and just take his lute off his back and start playing a tune, non-magical, not doing any verse with it. He's just going to play some music.
Hopefully, calm her down with music or something.
Yeah, I went for panic attacks, by the way, instead of being split personality, just so you guys are aware.
Solid choice.
Yeah, so she starts just kind of murmuring, no magic, no magic. And then she's kind of fighting with herself, but it can be done. It can be done.
Nikki, have you read N.K. Jemisin's books about the people who shouldn't use magic but do?
Mm-mm. I think now I should. I have a question, Joe. I'm gonna DM you really quick. Okay. So as I'm having this panic attack and my arms go up, the stuff comes down. You guys see the spirals on my arms start glowing. And she heard you, Jewel. She's just in a full-blown panic attack and has to roll, I think, to get out of it.
Daniel is staying the course. He doesn't know how to help. He does not know her well enough. So he'll just
Can
do
Jewel
this.
do a leadership check on this? Or like something to help her out? I think leadership seems like the most likely thing. I don't want to charm her and seduce her, but I don't know.
Me.
I was trying to talk her through it, like explain to someone who uses magic that she shouldn't be afraid to use her skills. The magic brings power. Jewel is into power. Yeah,
that won't work against. I mean, it might have if you rolled, but the failure makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just really enjoying like picturing like an orc and a kobold just like not knowing what to do about this human that's literally just like freaking out in front of them.
I just like the idea of the wizard here. Now, power is a good thing. Mind not these emotions you feel. Crush your panic in your fist. That's how it works, right?
The whole time there's just this happy little tune playing in the background.
Not like a happy tune.
Well, not
just
Like calming nature sound.
Yeah.
Like the tune I'm thinking of. Let me link it.
I figured you were playing the theme to Mario. Dude.
Did. So yeah, you see the goblins on the ground, just kind of like looking around, like what's going on. He's really confused now.
I'm imagining it's just the guitar from this song, but I sent it first to the call by accident. Oh, kitty.
Yeah, he wants attention.
Well, this is a good song.
Kipo has some good music.
I'll have to listen to it later, otherwise it'll play.
Play for the entire stream, everything muted and taken down by Twitch.
Pretty much.
Well, I don't know. That might help.
I don't know if it would help for your character. You know your character best, but Cramson's got no ideas. He's just waiting to see if conditions improve.
Again, she keeps saying, "No magic, but it could work. It will work. No magic, it will work."
Yeah, something that's kind of fun about those is just the fact that generally like in most things, if somebody rolls and becomes afraid, they try to do what they can to get away from what they're afraid of. She can't. Because it's a part of her.
Right. Again, the spirals on my arm are glowing and like fading in and out. They're glowing.
Ula's still just like, she still has no idea why you're like freaking out. Like, she's sympathetic, but she just has like no idea what's got you so freaked out. She also is not very good with people, so she just
Yeah. Well, plus, you saw me
My
try to
presence
attempt
is
magic
one.
earlier. You saw me try to attempt magic earlier, and I was fine. So, like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know why now you're like freaking out because she's like, oh, before you were fine. I don't know.
Well, you know what? Let's go for broke. Cramson is going to attempt a magic healing spell on the goblin.
Okay.
See if maybe if the dilemma leaves, maybe this will improve. This could be the worst option, but who knows?
The shadow knows.
So I'm gonna go for a simple version of the healing spell. So that should be 1 difficulty die, right?
Yep, easy. So basically, it's if you're not adding anything to it, it's just an easy. Alright, so yeah, you heal 2 of his strain and 1 more of his wounds. So, as you go, you see another kind of wound, kind of like on the chin, neck area, just start to heal. And then go ahead
Cheryl. Discipline again.
and give it a shot.
I'm taking the boost away this time just because it's trying to get myself out of the panic attack.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, still there. Someone might need to knock her out.
Yeah. Looking
We're
like
gonna knock someone out in a panic attack. But shit. Shit.
You see the
All right.
what?
No, go ahead first.
Oh, they say the goblin is trying to push himself up, and it's slow. You can tell it's definitely painful.
Hold on. We'll have a fix for you. All right. This isn't working. Change of plans. Ula, do you think you would be able to help carry Key, and we can return to the apothecary? It may be more calming there.
Yes.
Jewel,
I can do that.
you and me get this guy. We're gonna make a stretcher. You've still got a cloak. We've got some branches we can cut nearby. We can make something real quick.
How heavy are they both? I could probably just carry them both. I got a 4 brawn.
Possibly, although it may be more comfortable for him to have a stretcher
True.
than
I'm
just
trying to be
being like
helpful.
fireman carried back.
Yeah, like Ula having one over each shoulder.
No, I'm gonna do the whole baby twin thing, you know?
you gotta let me. You assume that I'm gonna let myself be carried.
Well, it's an idea to move things forward.
Maybe have her or one of you guys carry the goblin, make the stretcher for Key. I'm not carrying you.
I'm not even sure yet what is gonna calm her. Like what action calms her. I guess it's whatever the first thing that happens that I actually roll a success on.
I mean,
I
that might be worth asking. Out of character, what do you see as helping bring your character down out of the panic attack?
Probably someone like physically like holding her, not picking her up, not making her move, but because she's kind of down on the ground, so maybe like making her feel safe.
Well, what
By
Ula
someone
probably would do since Cramson asked her to carry would be to like try to pick you up, but do that, but like hold you while she's like picking you up. So like basically like hold you and try to make you feel safe, but she's wants to pick you up so that she can carry you back to make you feel
Holding with a
safe.
size difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it might work because the minute Keela saw you, she was just like, you could protect me.
So Ula would go over and like try to just scoop you up, and she'll like hold you, like maybe even pat your back. It might be a little hard because she's still not entirely sure about this, but she'll try like patting your back, like they're there, and she'll like hold you tighter.
I
Yeah.
just kind of had a image of the future in my head of Ula having Key in like a pampoosh pouch. She has a panic attack, stuffs her in, just throws it on her back.
I don't know. I still kind of like the idea though of like the first thing that I actually succeed my discipline check on is the thing that's gonna actually calm me down.
No, that's fine.
Maybe I could just get one of those front baby slings.
Baby's yarn.
Count as a boost vote for this check.
Yeah, it would give her a boost. And you guys do still have story points that work the same as
Pip.
It works. She takes strain, but it works.
Whew.
I just feel so safe when I'm in your arms.
She kind of. Do you have like long hair, or like are you wearing like a something over your hair, or
No, I just got, medium, like shoulder length hair, half up.
okay? So like Ula's kind of just like stroking like down your hair and back, like there. It's okay. I've got you. I don't know what caused this, but it's okay.
I think maybe the shock of it, like actually, like, what the hell? Someone's touching me?
Like Ula's not stupid. She's got, an average intellect. She's like 2. Her intellect is like 2, but she also only has a presence of 1, so she's not super good with people. So, like she knows in theory that stuff like this would, helps. Like she's seen in her clan, like, mothers soothe the babies like that. So she's like, oh, she's having a panic attack. And because she doesn't really have a lot of experience with people, she's like, oh, this should work.
And I think the shock of it pulls me out. So she kind of just stops. The glowing stops. She just looks at you. I I'm so sorry.
Do not be sorry. And if you want her to, she'll put you down.
Yes, please put me down. I can stand now. She looks at Jewel and Danil extremely embarrassed.
Don't need to talk about it unless you want to.
So you guys head back to the apothecary.
Yeah, I guess we'll take our goblin friend back to Apothecary. Oh, by the way, Cramson never asked. Hey, what's your name, friend?
You kind of just look back. I'm called Garnd.
Well, nice to meet you, Karn. I'm Daniel. I take it that's an old reference.
Yeah. Way back ran 40. Well, I'll tell you after the stream. Alright. So yeah, you guys make your way back to the apothecary. And I think that's where we will call it for tonight.
My panic attack derailed everything.
Hey, it's gonna happen.
That's
It
what
will
happens.
happen.
It's a
I
big
need
deal.
to build that discipline, y'all.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys had fun.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited for this premise. I am very hooked on figuring out this weird magical plague.
I like the idea of the magical plague. I'm still trying to get used to the character, but I think it'll be all right.
I feel like we have a really interesting cast of characters. We're all spellcasters, but each from one of the 4 different types of magic.
I like that.
We each have a different vibe. Most of us are apparently like medicine or learning adjacent. So we're just a bunch of nerds, and Ula is the beefy nerd.
She's mostly like, she knows that she's the brawn, but she can help you out if she needs to.
Look. She has the exact same int score as Daniel, and she figured out everything thus far. Like, if not for her quick thinking, we would have no idea what's going on. And that guy probably would have died.
Hey, Ryan. He's watching.
Hello. But yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, agreed. I'm really excited to play these guys.
Indeed.
Cool.
I hope my character isn't too abrasive, but I wanted to make sure I didn't fall into like playing the same character.
No,
it's,
you're
it's fine.
awesome.
I kind of picture him as like being older, almost like the dad of the group, just because he's, the older, compared to everybody else. That he's more like, what? In my years, I've when I was just a young kid or whatever the hell they're called.
I like to imagine that he acts like that, even though he's like in his mid-20s at the oldest. Like, in my time, I've seen some shit. Let me tell you. And someone's like, Daniel, I'm fucking 37. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like I said with Ula, it's like she's not stupid, but she's just not really good with others. She doesn't really have that presence to be like good with others, so she just kind of tries her best.
Yep. Keela's gonna have fun challenging that aspect of your character.
See, Daniel has a lot of presence. He can be good with people. Like, he can sometimes be a fast talker or very empathetic, but he is committed to maintaining this jackass image because he's spent so long getting bullied by people at the snooty elven university.
He's in too deep. He just can't get out.
He's got a persona to maintain.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for
Jewel
watching,
wants
folks.
power. Jewel wants power and wants glory. Like, she needs to prove herself because she's been overlooked in the past too, inappropriately. So
Shit, are Jewel and Daniel secretly very similar, but we were immediately rivals because Daniel was just an asshole?
Probably.
I love it. Best dynamic.
I'm excited. This is gonna be fun.
This is good.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the stream for tonight, and we'll be back next Monday for the next session.
Sounds good.
Bye bye.
Night.
See ya.